Alrighty, hi everyone, it's Restita again. Thanks for tuning in. So today, I actually want to do a snuff review. A snuff review of all things. It seems forever since I've done a snuff review because I've been doing a lot of vaping reviews. But let's talk about Wilson's of Sharrow Irish Coffee. Now, I happen to be a big coffee lover. Go figure, I'm from Seattle, the birthplace of Starbucks. If coffee is in e-juice, snuff, cake, whatever food, I'm gonna get it. So, Wilson's of Sharrow. Now, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the tin scent. The scent right out of the tin. I'm gonna try not to get it all over me. Alright. But before we get into the out of the tin scent, the grind is medium to fine. It's definitely not coarse, and it's definitely not fine like toasts. And I find it relatively easy to take. So if you're a beginner, I tend to suggest that people start off with a medium grind or a coarse grind. This is perfect. It's like in between fine and medium. Now, out of the tin, it's got a nice coffee and sweet cream scent to it, almost with a hint of like powdered cocoa. I don't detect any of the whiskey in it right out of the tin, however. But let's go ahead and take a couple of pinches. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Now, the scent, when you first put it in, kind of gives you a little nose tingle, a little bit of a nose burn. Not much at all. In fact, I happen to like nose burn. But the flavor is really balanced. The coffee doesn't overtake the cream, and the whiskey notes don't overtake the coffee, and all of that. It's very balanced, and the scent is light. It doesn't have a big punchy espresso black coffee type of a flavor to it, which is nice because sometimes I prefer a lighter but darker flavor of snuff, if that makes any sense. Sometimes I don't want anything that's too heavy, for lack of a better term, and sometimes I don't want anything that's too light and mentholy. This is the perfect happy medium for me, and it's coffee flavored. Now, earlier I mentioned that it had sort of a hint of a powdered cocoa out of the tin, but when it goes in your nose, that goes away, and you're left with a sweet, almost, and I say almost, but because there's a hint of it in there, almost a musty type of an undertone, but it's a good type of musty. The scent stays with you, at least with me, for about 10 minutes. And then for approximately 10 minutes after that, the scent tends to come in and out. At least that's the experience that I get. The scent disappears for a little bit, and then you turn your head the right way, and whoop, there it is. So it's a great coffee flavored snuff. I don't tend to use this as an all-day snuff. I prefer to use this as an after meal snuff, so like after lunch or after dinner. And it's perfect because it's not overpowering, it's not going to clash with what you had for dinner or what you're drinking, that kind of thing. In fact, earlier, after I had dinner, I had some coffee with vanilla creamer in it, and I had this stuff in my nose. It was absolutely delicious. So I suggest that if you like coffee, go ahead and give it a shot. Wilson's of Sharrow Irish Coffee. Now, if you're a beginner just getting into snuff, Wilson's of Sharrow has a whole slew of flavors, just lots of flavors. So just Google Wilson's of Sharrow and pick a flavor that you might like. If you're a beginner, I suggest getting smaller tins to start. I made the mistake of getting a big 30-gram tin of Toke Berwick Brown, thinking that it was going to be the neatest thing since sliced bread for me. And unfortunately, the scent didn't agree with me at all. In fact, I hated it. So I ended up giving it away. So, you know, rather than wasting snuff, start with the smaller ones. I mean, granted, you'll have to wait for delivery from overseas or from wherever you order it from, but at least you'll know whether or not you want to get a bigger tin. And this flavor is one of the ones I'm going to get a bigger tin of. So, Wilson's of Sharrow Irish Coffee. Go ahead and check it out. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day. We'll talk to y'all next time.